Welcome to Julie the Thrifty Designer. Today I thought I would do something very unique and show you an idea of how you can decorate a cabinet using family heirlooms. So stay tuned. What I'm going to be showing you is what I have done in these cabinets. I have chosen these cabinets for my family heirlooms because they're doors with glass. It'll help keep dust off and keep them safe and secure. So let's start with a cabinet and I'll begin shelf by shelf what I have done. All right, we are starting on the right side cabinet on the top shelf. So as you can see what I have got started here. I'm going to just start out with, this plate back there I did find from the thrift store, but we're going to do a lot of mixing and matching. Behind it I have a plant that I just have lifted up so you can see it a little bit more. And then this I also got from the thrift store many years ago. So from there, let's look at the family heirlooms. Let's start to the back. You can hardly see it. It's a dark purple, and of course the cabinet itself is such dark brown that it's taken on that dark brown and you don't hardly see it. But it's actually a martini set, and it is very, very old. I do not know the age of it, but aunt of mine gave it to me many years ago as a gift, and I just adore it. It is beautiful, never used it, but it's very old, and it comes with these sweet little cups, and they are a set of them, and I just have them lined up all the way back. And right there, oh my goodness, it looks like I'm going to have glare from the lights there. I kind of got it off to the side so you can see the picture. Very old picture. That is of my aunt, my father's sister, when she was a baby. And then I have my father's cousin when she was a baby also. Well, I'm going to tell you how old most of this is. My dad was the youngest of 3 children. He had a brother, a sister, and himself, okay? So, he was born in 1910. I think she was born somewhere, she was like 3 or 4 years older than him, so I'm not sure. 1906 maybe? And his brother was even older than that. So that's how old those pictures really are, and it's pretty close to being the same on this one. I think this one's more like 1915 or 20, somewhere around there. I'm not sure when his cousin was exactly born, but isn't she just cute? They both are just adorable. So what I did was frame that old Victorian style picture in just a more of a modern day frame, but it looks amazing. It's one of those postcard type of pictures. Really neat. So anyway, when my aunt grew up, now I don't know how old she was, but on the back of this picture, this was hers, and it's a metal tin frame. It's like metal, and then it has her name on it, and but no date, of course. But from the looks of the writing, she was probably in the high school range, maybe junior high. But I just put it up there. It has my English cottage look that y'all know I love. Apparently, so did my aunt. I never got to meet her. But so there's a lot going on, but it makes the family heirloom things I do have very interesting. Now on the shelf straight down below it, I have quite a few things here. First of all, let's start with my joy, the Holy Bible. This is definitely an antique. It's a family heirloom. The copyright on this antique Bible is 1881, and it has my grandparents. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to relook, and I haven't looked for a while. If it's my grandparents or my great-grandparents' wedding certificate in the Bible. It is so really neat. This gentleman, I really wish I knew who he was, but his picture is so amazing. So I stuck him in here. He is related somewhere, probably some cousin, but I'm not sure. But I think that picture is stunning. And it was designed in the day to be able to fold it back and create its own tripod for hanging it in that Victorian or Edwardian style. I just think it is absolutely beautiful. And then I just added that in there from the thrift store for added texture and color to brighten it up. And then I have a cute little train that I've had from my grandson for a long time, and I just rediscovered it, so I need to show it to him. Next to it, I have books. Just more antique books, some that are very old, and I did not, again, look to see the age of this, but it is a stunning book, and it is the softest leather. Just sweet. Oh, that's a picture of my mom and dad, and that in the 70s. Isn't that neat? But let's look in here. The Book of Toasts. I'm using the camera to blow it up so I can see it. Oh, what is the copyright? Is there one in here that we can see it? 1902. I think it's got some pretty neat things in it to read, and I haven't looked at it for a very long time. And today I just discovered all of my books of things. Oh, I should have also told you, I also have my other family Bible. This one is like from the 40s, and my mother has kept track up until she was pretty much before she passed away, but of everybody's births and deaths, and it's got all the death not certificates, but the flyers they give you at the funerals, and it just has all kinds of those interesting things in it, family things. I have another old photo. No date, no names. I have no idea again who they are, but they were in my father's family box of old pictures and stuff. I don't know who they are. Again, I sure wish I did know. And then I have this old ledger. I'm going to show it to you also. Just quite interesting. And the age of this is also rather old. Look at this wonderful handwriting. Tried reading it, but I'm not quite sure what all it is actually saying. Well, that was good. I dropped my mom and dad out of here. But anyway, what it is a description of some property. And my grandfather, and this is my grandfather on my dad's side, bought this particular house for $635. And he paid $165 down, it looks like, and $35 the first one. And then from there, it looked like it was $20 a month. And this was in 1935. But look at this amazing, gorgeous handwriting. Just beautiful. So anyway, I just wanted to show you how I've got the antiques, but I also added a few more modern day style things. I mean, yes, that's from the 70s, and that's from the early 2000s, and something from the thrift store. And I have a visitor with my cat. Get out of there. Come on, get out of there. Thank you. She's got to make an appearance. So that's what that shelf looks like. It's just a way to display your beautiful things in a very interesting way. All right, I'm going to show you now the bottom shelf of this cabinet. And let's just start with back here. This is the picture of I think it was called the U.S. Ajax that my father was on during World War II. And I have some of his badges on display. I don't have them all. I just don't have room for them all in here. But it is some of them. And I just wanted them out so you could see them. And also there is a couple of books right here. And they are actually his handbooks from World War II. These are his memorabilia kept all these years. And I've decided to display them so that we can see them instead of keeping them in a box. But I have chosen a cabinet with doors that keeps the worst of the dirt and dust off of them. And these are pictures. Again, I am not 100% sure, but that one might be a picture of my father. But unfortunately, they did not label any of these pictures. And now I have no idea who they are. And then these had a couple of names, but I don't know who they are. And there's apparently some kind of cousins, nephews, I don't know. But look at how they're dressed. Look at the shoes. Look at that. Isn't that just so cute? And their little ruffles. Those little boys are just that traditional Victorian look, or Edwardian. It is so cute. And in here I just put a simple little basket. And then I do believe this is my uncle, my dad's brother. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of pictures and things that I have found of my mother's stuff. So mostly everything you're going to see is my father's in these cabinets. And then again, more family that I no names, lost to history, unfortunately. Sad. But I'm still giving them something for us to look at and enjoy these grand old photos. And then I just added a cup and saucer just because it goes with my theme. But I think it's just a really charming, historical, but yet very meaningful cabinet to see what I have done. Just get creative on how you arrange things. All right, I am now on the left side of the cabinets, and I want to show you this one. This one here, again, it has no name on it, but I actually believe this may have been my Aunt Bee or my Aunt Lucille. Oh yeah, I forgot when I said he had three. He had another sister. There was two sisters and him and his brother. There we go, my dad. So that was my Aunt Lucille or my Aunt Bee. I am not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's one of them. And over here in this picture, again, well, it was marked. Oh, how do I get rid of the glare? Oh, goodness, so you can see it. There we go. You can see it a little bit better. But it doesn't say which person it is on the back. It gives the names of who these people are. And I do believe, just from other pictures I have seen, the woman right there, the top, the one in the middle in the back, is my grandmother, my dad's mother, when she was young. And I think this is her father and her mother and possibly a sister or an aunt. I'm not sure. But that's what that picture is, and I just framed it also today. It was just sitting there in a box. And here's another picture of a beautiful Victorian style baby. It's very pale, faded out, and the detailing is much harder to see. But again, I don't know who it is. In the Victorian days, you can't really tell if it was a girl or a boy because they dressed them the same. This was probably their christening gowns, and they put on the boys and the girls. And so it could have been my dad, could have been my uncle, could have been one of my two aunts. I'm not 100% sure, but it sure is a beautiful painting or photo. Look at that gorgeous chair behind the child's head. Absolutely stunning. Then a picture of my mom and dad, oh, probably in the very early 80s. And here's another photo. My dad built a telescope. I think this was built sometime in the 30s. And he built that, and that's a picture of what he built. And he used to look at the moon and stars and all kinds of fun things. He just had a great time with that. Now I have just put some pictures. Again, this is my uncle and aunt, my dad's brother and his sister-in-law, and their daughter and her. I just stacked them there because you can't keep them all totally just on up and down display, so I just set them down. Now I am going to show a little bit of my mother's, not much, but a little bit. This beaded purse. I wish I knew the history to it. I really don't know. But inside it had this little green handkerchief. It's just sweet, but very simple. And so I have just leaned it on something to prop it up so that you could see it. I just think it's just a sweet bag. Now next, I also have a transferware, but this one is a family heirloom. I honestly do not know the age of it, but it has been passed down from at least my grandmother's mother, I would think, down, and maybe even further down or back. But I'm going to show you this. This is a baby bonnet. I don't know if we can see the detail on it. It is a stunning, stunning workmanship. And this is the note that has been stuck with it. The baby bonnet from Mexico by boat up the Hudson River in the 1700s. So I just keep that note inside of the transferware, and I'm just letting you see this gorgeous, very old, come on camera, focus. Come on. Got to get the camera just right. There we go. Look at that hand stitching. I hope it's clear because it looks blurry. There. Isn't that, I mean, can you imagine? I have my glasses on and looking at it through my camera, and I can barely see the stitching. How did they stitch like that? Isn't that exquisite? What a lovely, lovely bonnet. I absolutely love it. So I have it on display. Now I am showing this sweet little old lady. It did come out of my father's box of pictures. No clue who it is, but I just love this picture. It's a little granny type of lady, and she's taking care of her chickens. And I don't know, it's just charming. And I've just put it all against books that are not antiques. They were my mother's though. But I just pulled it all together and let you see everything in there without being overly cluttered, but yet you can see the really interesting things that is in there. Oh, and this one I forgot to show you. Look at that picture. That was my dad. And he's a teenager there. I do not know how old, and I have no idea who the woman is. But they're wearing their swimming outfits. So, you know, he was born in 1910, so that's probably in the 20s maybe, or 1915. No, because he'd only been 5, right? So, okay, in the 20s. So that's the flapper era. Isn't it just the neatest picture? I love it. So interesting. Now I am actually showing the last shelf, and in here I got this from the thrift store many years ago. It's just a pretty little, yeah, I went to say the name of it and it won't come to my mind. But anyway, I'm using it for candles. Just so pretty. And it has just an antique quality to it. And also I put another of one of those plaques in here for texture and added lightness, so it's a little bit brighter. Again, I have family that I'm not 100% sure who it is, but I'm thinking that's my uncle, my dad's brother, when he was quite young. And it's just a stunning old picture. Then I have someone with their horse. And look at that stunning horse. It is just, you can tell it was probably a very expensive horse of the day. Just a show horse. Absolutely gorgeous. On this picture, I probably should have had in the other cabinet next to all my dad's things. But this was my dad in his sailor outfit during World War II. Just a neat picture. But it's okay to have it over here. It just kind of brings the different looks in. And then I have no idea who that is again. Just a stunning Victorian woman. And that picture and the way it's matted and framed. Oh, it just is gorgeous. And then I have a finial type decoration that I got from the thrift store many years ago. And then this beautiful rose cup was actually a beer bottle in the 1960s or early 70s. And my dad cut it in half and sanded it so it's nice and smooth because he knew how to ground glass. And then my mother painted that beautiful rose on it. Isn't it just sweet as can be? It's been around for a very long time. Now I have this one. I can't keep it open just because it's too fragile. And it has, I'm gonna lay it down. And I don't know who this is either. It could also be my father. It's a possibility because it does kind of have, I think, a little bit of the look in the face, but it has this very fragile paper. And I think it looks like a little boy, even though it looks like a today's dress. But isn't it just stunning? I think it is just an amazing picture, but I can't get it to stay open. I suppose I could lay it here and lay it open so we could look down in it. I might consider that. I haven't done it right now. But I just wanted to show you an idea. Find your family photos. Your antique ones. The ones that were your very old ones, your antiques, your family photos from Victorian era, and display them. Put them up where people can't get to them and they won't be disturbed. And I would suggest if you have a glass case to put them in one. So just a recapping, I suppose. Just find your family heirlooms and display them in very attractive and interesting ways. I think it is a wonderful way to preserve our family history. So I want to thank all of you for watching today. I hope I have given you an idea of something you might be able to do to preserve your family pictures. So again, thank you all for watching. Y'all take care and God bless. And enjoy your decorating. And until we meet again, you take care. See you soon. Much love to y'all. Mwah! Love y'all.